and just this real quick synopsis of what some of our values are as a church. I couldn't help sharing with you some of the beautiful island scenery behind me, but I wanted you to know there's some things that we really are about at Gateway. There's 4 things that we talk about that we feel are important to being an authentic follower of Jesus. And they all come from the book of Acts, a passage that tells us about the early church, a church that changed the world, and that's the kind of church we want to be part of. One of the things we discover is the word discovering. We found that the people who followed Jesus throughout the ages who are authentic were committed to discovering more about Jesus. Discovering what it is that he taught, what it is that he is, what it is that he's done, and they would do that through studying God's Word, through meeting with others, through worshiping together. And so one of the things we're about is discovering, and you'll see that there's a number of things that we have lined up underneath that because we feel they're very important. A second thing that we found followers of Jesus have done throughout the ages have been committed to connecting, discovering and connecting. And by connecting, we mean there's a commitment to have intentional relationships. First of all, a relationship with Jesus. We connect with him. But then intentional relationships to connect with one another. We do this in a variety of ways. One of the most important is our care groups. These are the places where we feel like we can connect with one another and grow in our obedience to Jesus and our likeness to Jesus. And so we're about connecting. A third value of the 3, discovering, connecting, a third value we see is the value of serving. And when someone becomes a follower of Jesus, they become like Jesus, and we see the servant heart of Jesus in their life. So we're trying to figure out and help each other figure out, what does it mean to serve Jesus? And so we are working that out in different ways, discovering our gifts, discovering places where we can serve him, and want to help others figure that out too. You see, it's not about you and I, it's about what God's doing in the world, and we're committed to serving in that in one way or another. And then the 4th thing, we see discovering, connecting, serving, and then reaching. We believe that God's desire is to reach as many people with the good news of Jesus as possible in our lives, both locally and globally. And so as a church, we're committed to reaching people with the good news of Jesus in our region and around the world. And you'll see, if you look at our website, if you get to know folks, we're committed in a number of ways and places in doing that. We want you to be part of that. We want you to discover how has God made you and wired you, and how will he use you to help reach others with the good news of Jesus. Those are 4 values that we say at Gateway we're about: discovering, connecting, serving, and reaching. And they're the things that we believe when we come to know Jesus in a real and powerful way, they become important to us from the inside out. And we hope you'll join us on this journey of being one church with many gatherings, reaching as many people as possible in the Victoria region and beyond for the glory of Jesus.